Hi students, how are you? As you know, we have started the non-profit concern. So that means you read very well what is the meaning of non-profit concern. The business organization, that is we can say non-trading business organization uh, with intention of giving the service only. And it is not a basically trading business organization. The trading organization, business organization is always intention with the profit motive. That's why we are maintaining the income and expenditure. We are getting as a deficit and surplus. But when we are maintaining the business organization, we are in that time we are getting the net profit and net loss. So some of the basic difference you should be know about that final account of trading organization and final account of non-trading. Non-profit concern we are usually say NPO. This type of chapters. So today's that you I just say the meaning of NPO and example you can say Rotary Club of Palder, Lions Club of Palder, school, colleges, universities, Mitra Mandals, temples. These all the term in the NGO, non-profit organization. The very famous star Salman Khan also have a human being as a NGO. So that means they have the accounts, they have preparing the income and expenditures with the help of receipt and payment and maintaining the balance sheet also with the help of receipt and payment, and we have some adjustment, so we have to add and less, so we are getting the balance sheet tally at that time. So now I am telling you today's our topic is a non-profit concern NPO's balance sheet. So first of all, what is the meaning of balance sheet? You learn about it in first chapter only. The balance sheet is a financial position of the business organization. But here we are getting the balance sheet of the financial position of the non-profit concern, non-profit business organizations. So same way when we are maintaining the balance sheet, so that means non-profit concern. Balance sheet as on 31st March. We have two sides. Same way, left side is liability, right side is assets. You cannot say balance sheet as an account. There is no debit credit. So non-profit person, one firm is there, or non-profit, any club are there, sports club are there, any universities are there, temples are there, schools are there, any NPO, they are maintaining the balance sheet at same way, liability and assets. So in that today's topic is balance sheet. We have some items in liability side and we have some items in the asset side also. So this basically I am going to explain each and every item that you can just go through. Basically this is a very important because without this balance sheet items explanation you cannot move it, and most of the items it is related with the your final count first chapter's items. So page number 73, it is here given specimen of balance sheet. Page number 73, specimen of balance sheet. You have your textbook. If you don't have, you have a PDF file also. If any students doesn't have a PDF file of this textbook, government textbook, so that you can just call me. I will send personally as well as group also, because this PDF file you are getting the 73 page number of balance sheet. So now today's topic is balance sheet. Its first point is capital fund. See, capital fund is created with the help of opening balance of the capital. That means last year closing capital will come to the opening capital of this year. Means closing stock, you can say closing balance of capital. It is a come to the fund, and it is created with the help of donations. Some entrance fee are there, something surplus of income expenditure are there, sometime deficit are there. These all the activity of capital fund you can add as light. I'm just showing you. Capital fund will be generated with the help of, it is called opening balance, and it is given in your problem. This capital fund always it is given in your problem. What we are going to be adjust with that, sometime donation is there, we can add donation. Last lecture I told donation means there are two types of donation, one for the general donation, one on the specific donation. Specific for any purpose, and it is donation also for general. If general donation are there, it is a revenue for the non-profit concern, and it is specific donation are there, that we will adjust in the liability side, because it is a capital, you can say capital receipt of the NPO. So donation is there, then it is a, we can add entrance fee, you can say entry fees, and then if it is getting surplus, we are adding in surplus. This and this we are getting from the your question. This also we are getting it from the question. This all the information we are getting from the questions only when we are solving the problem. You are easily know about these all the concepts. Where we are writing, we should be writing the liability side. And this surplus, that means generally you are maintaining the final account, and you are solving the final account, you are getting the net profit. Same way we are, when we are NPO final account we are solving, we are in income expenditure account we are getting the surplus. What is the meaning of surplus? When income over the expenditure, that is income is more, expenditure is less, so we are getting the surplus. So we are writing these all the, and we are finally get the capital fund, that we are writing the liability side. Then built-in fund is there. That built-in fund means the NPO, the non-profit business organization, any sports club are maintaining the fund every year, and that fund is called as a built-in fund, and they are expanding. That is a liability, but they have to pay for building purpose only. Suppose a NPO sports club is there, Palder Sports Club is there. So now Palder Sports Club have a 2-acre plot. Out of that, suppose 1 acre they have maintained the club and 1 acre is empty. So they want to become as a building, as a more new building. So they are creating the funds from last so many years, and that fund will utilize for the balance plot, construction work for building fund. We are maintaining for that only. Then endowment fund is there. Endowment fund in the, is one kind of embark and given by the gift donation from the club to the someone. That is a liability. That's why endowment fund. Tournament fund is there. Suppose they are creating the tournament fund every year, and then taking the reserve for this fund to give the to arrange the fund, this to create the fund. This is a liability. That means they are keeping the some amount for this tournament fund. Usually the club member are come together and play the some cricket tournament, and that time the fund is generating. Entry fees is there, but more fund they want to give the man of the match, to give the prize distribution. So this tournament fund we are going to create. Then special fund is there, something is special fund for special work they are maintaining. Charity fund is there, the non-profit person are giving the more and more charity. So the fund will create for that way only. Sundry creditors, as usual, that it is a liability. That means supplier of the non-profit concern. Bank overdraft also it is given as like a balance sheet of liability side. Other loans something are there. Outstanding expenses are there. Then it is a pre-received income. Pre-received income means subscription received in advance. You know very well, subscription means membership amount. The club are giving the public is purchasing membership. It is called subscription, and sometime the member are given the advance. Now it is 2021 is going on. So some member are paying 21-22 for next year in advance, and given the this year also same only. So that time it is a liability for the non-profit concern. Suppose any member of Rotary Club and Rotary Club of Palghar, so member are paying, right now it is going on 2021. So some member are paying for the next year 21-22. So that club, Rotary Club Palghar, have a liability because club is getting the money from the member, but he are showing in this current year's liability is pre-received income. We can say pre-received subscription. Then life membership fees. Life membership fees means once it is paid for lifetime only. There is no pay to every year. There is no renewalship also. So life membership is a huge one kind of huge money. That's why it is a liability for the non-profit concern. So these are the liability side. I have explained one on all the points, and you read and you can go through all. If you not understand, you can ask me and call me also. I will say in Hindi and Marathi also. So I know it is very basically easily thin, so you are able to know very well. Now we can do for asset side. Now asset side, cash in hand is there, cash at bank is there, fixed deposits are there, cash in hand, cash at bank, hatwa mein cash, bantua mein cash, that is assets. Fixed deposit, FD means NPO have maintained the fixed deposit with the name of non-profit concern. It is asset for the club. It is asset for the non-profit organization. Investments are there something means Rotary Club of Palghar have invested in amount in the shares. So they have purchased the share of Reliance. So they have share certificate of getting the Rotary Club Palghar. That is the investment of the club. So it is a non-profit investment is there. Sundry debtors are there. Then land and buildings, furnitures, plant machine, equipment, playground, motor vehicle, library books. These are all the assets. Stock of sports material. Stock of sports material means closing stock of sports material. If the club is have the sports material, they have the value of stock is given in asset side only. Stock of stationery are there. You know very well. We are have the stationery, and some stationery we are having the using the more and more years. So that stock will be maintained in the assets only. Stock of drugs is there. Stock of drugs means medicines. Then loan and advances something is given. It is mentioned in the asset side only. Accrued interest are there. Some interests are outstanding, which is income for the club for the club. That's why it is accrued interests are there. Prepaid expenses, you know very well. It is advance expenses. It is writing the asset side only. And outstanding income. That means the income which is not received. We are writing in the asset side only. So this is all the balance sheet. Today I have covered it. You can go through all, and we can go in future and solve the problem also. So this all the income expenditure. After that balance sheet are there. Some of the important hints before I am going to start the practical problem. I want to just show you. Please go through. See, this is a one kind of subscription adjustment are there. It is very hard for the students, but I'm trying to solve. I'm trying to give the hints to easily way. Suppose the subscription it is given in your question paper in receipt and payment side. So we are writing in subscription income in expenditure account credit side, right? It is income expenditure account credit side. So subscription amount we are just showing here now. Then add outstanding subscription for current year. I am underlining this one now and this one now. Why I am underlining this one? Because outstanding subscription for current year we are always add. Then we can write here only. This is a when we are solving the problem. This is a outstanding. This is the first effect. You know adjustment we have two effect. We are always showing the adjustment two effect. So now first effect we are showing in the income expenditure credit side. Outstanding subscription for current year. And what is the second? This amount. Second effect is balance sheet asset side. BA. That is the balance asset. It is an outstanding income. It is given outstanding income. So outstanding income means outstanding income. This is the income because subscription we are writing income side. Where we are writing income side. So something outstanding which is income we are always showing the second effect asset side. But the student's mind is that outstanding. That means it is go to the balance sheet liability side because we are usually go through that only. But you think where you are going to be posting, you just give a 1 or 2 second. The outstanding is there, but whether it is expenses or income, whether it is expenses, we are showing to the liability side, but it is a income, so we are showing to the asset side. This is the second effect, and first effect we are going to be add. Then second, we are going to be less, same word, outstanding subscription for last year. See, last year outstanding. Last year outstanding minus current year outstanding plus. We are right to be suppose here only amount. And this is the first effect. Second effect, always show last year balance sheet. It is always certain effect, so it is showing the last year balance sheet. If it is given in problem, you have the problem and it is a balance sheet is there. So if it is any outstanding subscription, it is the last year's, it is showing the balance sheet, or it is always sometime come to the adjustment also. When we are solving the problem, I will inform you where it is the which is the amount is the last year and which is the amount of current year. So that time outstanding is clear now. This is always given, we are writing here only, and it is last year balance sheet. Then we can go for less again. You know, prepaid, you can say advance, any subscription for current year, means this current year, means any students, any member, the prepaid advance subscription for current year, it is current year subscription, it is a minus. And second effect, we are showing balance sheet asset side, that is the second effect. And plus this current year and advance. Then next is a prepaid advance subscription for last year. Last year we are adding, and this second effect we are showing to the balance sheet liability side. Balance sheet liability sides. So this is a second effect. This is also second effect. And this addless we can move, and we got the final subscription. It is in a outer column, credit sides. So these are the things which I have explained you. It is basically when we are solving the problem. Again, I am going to be repeat now. But only you must will think about that. Current years always outstanding. We are adding for that because it is an income. Then outstanding subscription last year. Then it is a prepaid advance, and it is a prepaid advance subscription for the last years. So these are all the things where we are maintaining. It's same way, some expenses. Suppose salary is there. Now salary, it is right in the debit side of expenditure. Income expenditure debit side in expenditure column. And same way salary is outstanding. We are writing here now for current year add. But certain effect will come to the assets, not asset side. It is come to the liability side because that is the expenditure. So that is the liability side we are writing. Same way outstanding last year, it is given, writing the liability side only. Advance salary we are current years, we are showing minus here now. Prepaid expenses are there. Same way we are go for the expenditure also. So we can go through next lectures with the starting the solving the problem. So please pay attention, because next lecture we are doing for the practical problems, or we are solving the problems which is not come under this blackboard. We are go for the small part of one adjustment, one posting. So it is better you can cover in this blackboard also. If it will take 2 classes, you can take 2 or 3 lectures for one problem, I don't have mind. We can go slowly, and you can have a more practice. And before starting the next lecture of our practical problem, you should be know about that. What is the meaning of NPO, format, pro forma income expenditure, balance sheets, and this add and less, all the things which is given in the textbook also. You can go through all the textbooks. You can read 2 or 3 times, and this balance sheet you can write, and send me in your WhatsApp group balance sheet. It is a homework. You can write the balance sheet, all the pro forma, read and write and send your image in our WhatsApp group. So I can check and I can maintain your attendance. Those who are sending the homework, that means you are as attending the lectures and you are showing the performance you are of homework, so it is counted as your attendance. So please start the study, and we have to move the slowly process also, and we'll see. And if you have any doubts, you can ask me and you can call me also. Thank you.